This is a modern tale of a father's ultimate sacrifice and the sudden, harsh realities of teenage entitlement. It explores the fragile bond between parent and child when tested by new, superficial influences. Watch how one man's quiet actions speak louder than years of devotion. My son proclaimed, "You are not my genuine father. Mom's beau is superior." I simply responded, "Understood." Immediately, I halted the exclusive school tuition payments and disposed of his vehicle. 3 days later, his mother was threatening legal action. I, a 43-year-old man, had reared my son, Leo, a 17-year-old, single-handedly since he was 8. His mother, Serafina, abandoned us for some individual she encountered at her fitness center. She didn't desire custody. She merely craved her liberty. Fair enough. I reconstructed our existence for 9 years. I toiled relentlessly. This included private education at the Kensington Institute, $32,000 annually, a luxury sedan for his 16th birthday, a high-end gaming rig that surpassed many people's monthly rent, exclusive summer programs, private tutors, you name it. Not because I am wealthy. I'm a construction development overseer. I simply prioritized him above all else. 3 weeks ago, Serafina abruptly desired re-entry into Leo's life. She appeared with her boyfriend, Julian, a personal lifestyle coach who drives a leased Italian sports car. You know the cliché. Leo began spending weekends there. I accepted this. He deserved to know his mother. Last Sunday, Leo returned home and delivered this bombshell. I've been contemplating this, and you're not truly my father. Like, you're not my authentic father. Julian understands me better. Mom says I can reside with them full-time once I turn 18. He is going to assist me in becoming a digital personality. I just gazed at him. I'm not your authentic father. You comprehend what I'm saying? Biologically, yes. But Julian is more of a paternal figure. He doesn't lecture me about college grades. He genuinely champions my ambitions. Your ambitions of becoming a digital personality, I countered. See, you're doing it precisely as I expected. The twist, which is why I've already set up an education fund in your name that Julian will never be able to access. It's earmarked for any accredited university. Should your influencer career not pan out, you can keep the sedan. I transferred the title to your mother's name, as I assumed Julian would need to drive it for you. The private school funds, however, have been quietly rerouted to a charity that supports single fathers. That ship has sailed. Let's see whose support lasts longer when the temporary money runs out. Our dreams of becoming a digital personality, I countered. See, you're doing it precisely as I expected, which is why I've already set up an education fund in your name that Julian will never be able to access. It's earmarked for any accredited university. Should your influencer career not pan out, you can keep the sedan. I transferred the title to your mother's name, as I assumed Julian would need to drive it for you. The private school funds, however, have been quietly rerouted to a charity that supports single fathers. That ship has sailed. Let's see whose support lasts longer when the temporary money runs out. Now, this dismissive trainer, Julian, says I have natural charisma. I nodded slowly. Okay, understood. If I'm not your genuine father, then I have no authentic obligations. I'll cease the exclusive school payments tomorrow. Your vehicle is going back to the dealership since it's registered in my name. Your university fund? Well, that's intended for my son. And apparently, that's not you. The color vanished from his face. Dad, wait. It's Leo, I corrected. Or, sir, since I'm not your genuine father. The meltdown. That was Sunday. By Wednesday, chaos had hit every possible fan. Update 1. Let me apprise you all on the spectacular collapse happening. Monday morning, I contacted the Kensington Institute. Explained I was withdrawing financial commitment immediately. They granted Leo 5 days to secure alternative funding, or he'd be expelled. Then I listed the luxury sedan online. I received $28,000, a decent amount for a year-old vehicle. Monday afternoon, Leo came home sobbing. Full on, distressed weeping. Dad, the school summoned me to the office. They said you're not paying anymore. I have standardized exams next month. I can't transfer schools now. Talk to your genuine paternal figure about it. This is lunacy. You're destroying my life over one remark. One remark. You declared I'm not your genuine father. Genuine fathers pay for school. I'm just some random man who fed and housed you for 9 years, right? Tuesday, Serafina started bombarding my phone. 47 messages. Here are some key excerpts. What on earth is wrong with you? You can't just abandon your son. This is emotional maltreatment. Julian's lawyer cousin says this is unlawful. Leo is traumatized. I responded once. He has a more supportive. I responded once. He has a more supportive, genuine paternal figure now. Ask Julian to cover it. Wednesday morning, Serafina materialized at my workplace. Security had to remove her. She was shouting about litigation, about how I was demolishing Leo's future. How? Julian cannot afford exclusive schooling because he's establishing his enterprise. My supervisor, Ben, witnessed the entire spectacle, then remarked, "Was that your ex?" I nodded. He simply clapped my shoulder and said, "Maintain your position, mate." Wednesday night, Leo attempted a revised strategy. He prepared dinner, the first time in 2 years. He tidied his living space, then sat me down for a sincere discussion. "Dad, I regret it. I didn't truly mean what I expressed. I was merely navigating my connection with Mom. You are my authentic father. You have consistently been present." And this has no correlation with forfeiting your vehicle and your education, does it? I mean, those incidents catalyzed me to realize how much you do for me. So, if I reinstate everything tomorrow, are we reconciled? You won't pull this stunt again. I promise I'll never utter anything of that nature again. And when Julian procures you an Italian sports car for graduation, when Mom offers you a room in their luxury apartment, what then? He couldn't meet my gaze. That's distinct. Get out of my presence, Leo. The calm before the storm. Today's Thursday. The Kensington Institute requires payment by tomorrow. Leo has been alternating between fury, tears, and excessive flattery. Serafina has threatened legal action 6 times. Julian apparently blocked her number after she requested $32 from him. I'm seated here with a cold drink, scrutinizing Leo's university fund statement. $127,000. I'm wondering if I should use it. I'm seated here with a cold drink, scrutinizing Leo's university fund statement. $127,000. I'm wondering if I should use it for that motorcycle I've always desired. More developments are imminent. This is far from concluded. The delegation. Update 2. Prepare yourself, because this week has been turbulent. Friday, the due date. Leo feigned sickness and stayed home from the Kensington Institute. The boy was in full alarm mode, alternating between his mother's dwelling and mine, attempting to broker some type of accord. Around noon, Serafina arrived with a sibling, Camilla, and I swear to you, Julian's mother, Ilara. Ilara is a 65-year-old woman who evidently believes her son possesses miraculous qualities. She began admonishing me about kinship ethics. In our lineage, we do not forsake children over mere utterances. My Julian would never. Your Julian informed my son he'd be a superior father, yet he won't finance his education? Sounds like he's excellent at rhetoric, but not much else. Camilla intervened. You are being trifling. Leo is a minor. He committed a single error. He's 17. In 8 months, he's an adult. Old enough to proclaim I'm not his genuine father. Old enough to face repercussions. Serafina attempted the tears. Please. His acquaintances are at the Kensington Institute. His entire existence is centered there. You're ruining his final year. No, Leo ruined it when he determined Julian was his genuine paternal figure. I'm simply readjusting my financial priorities accordingly, I stated. Then Julian himself showed up. This muscle-bound idiot rolled up in his Italian sports car wearing a sleeveless shirt in 10-degree Celsius weather. Bro, we need to talk man-to-man. Sure. Do you have $32? Listen, what Leo said was inappropriate, but you're taking it too personally. Children utter foolishness. And adults deal with repercussions. You wanted to be his paternal figure. Congratulations. Determine his tuition. I'm building my brand, bro. I have 3 fitness clients. You can't afford to be anyone's paternal figure. Vacate my premises. The social media aftermath. Saturday morning, Leo went ballistic. He published a post on the social platform about how I'm an abusive narcissist who cannot tolerate rejection. He tagged extended relatives, my colleagues. He knows everyone. The post went moderately viral in our locality. 1,200 likes, 300 plus comments. Most comments actually ridiculed him. Bro said he wasn't his real dad and expected the bank to stay open. Mess around and discover Hall of Fame. Team Dad. Kid thought he was clever. But Serafina's acquaintances and relatives came out aggressively. My phone was exploding with messages calling me callous, asserting I was traumatizing a youth, and that I should be mortified. My brother Rico texted, saw Leo's post. Should I offer a comment? Me. Nah, let him suffer the fallout. By the way, I'm unfollowing him. The kid's an ungrateful brat. The public school reality. Sunday, yesterday, the genuine absurdity commenced. Leo was formally withdrawn from the Kensington Institute and has to register in the public high school for his final year. It's actually a respectable institution, but to him, it's akin to being consigned to custody. He stormed into my room at 7 a.m. I have to attend. Blackwood Senior High. Do you know what children from the Kensington Institute called Blackwood? Detention Center High. Sounds like a difficulty you need to overcome. I won't gain entry to Dublin University now. My entire academic history is compromised. Talk to Julian. Perhaps he knows someone in the admissions department. Stop saying that. You're my father. No, I'm just some individual you're biologically linked to. Your words. But here's where it gets truly satisfying. The legal fiasco. Sunday afternoon, I received a call from my lawyer acquaintance, Victor. Serafina actually attempted to file some kind of urgent custody amendment, asserting I was financially exploiting Leo. Victor was roaring with laughter. She wants the court to compel you to pay exclusive school tuition. The magistrate reviewed the petition and stated, your son is 17, and private education is not a necessity. Case dismissed. The surrender. Last night, around 11 p.m., Leo left a note beneath my door. Dad, I blundered. I recognize I made a terrible mistake. Mom and Julian have been instilling ideas in my head about how you're constricting me, how you're too stringent, how I could be more successful without your guidelines. I believe them because I'm an idiot. I now comprehend that Julian can't even afford his own vehicle lease. Mom lives in a single-room dwelling. They sold me aspirations they cannot finance. I'm not asking for the Kensington Institute back. I know that opportunity is lost. I'm just asking for you to be my dad again. The real one. The only one. Leo, I retained the note, still contemplating my reply. This morning, Serafina sent one final message. You triumphed. I hope you are satisfied. Leo wept all night. I responded, I didn't triumph in anything. I merely ceased to lose. We'll update after I figure out how to handle the note. Your boy needs another cold drink. The resolution. Update 3. The final chapter. And by the gods, what a journey. So, after the note, I permitted Leo to contemplate for a couple of days. The kid was moving about like a phantom, barely consuming food, coming straight home from his new school. No social media posts, he even sanitized the kitchen without prompting. That's when I knew he was desperate. Wednesday, I finally sat him down. Let's discuss your message. He immediately starts weeping. Not the manipulative tears from before. Truly genuine, intense crying. Dad, I am so sorry. I ruined everything. I am so incredibly foolish. You're not foolish. You were manipulated by two adults who should have known better. I just wanted to get to know my mother, and she made it sound like you were the villain. Like you were the justification she departed. Your mother left because she met Julian at the fitness center and decided being a mother was too tedious. That is the entirety of it. No profound narrative. She said you were domineering, that you wouldn't permit her to pursue her aspirations. Her aspiration was to be a fitness digital personality. She had 200 followers and expended our mortgage funds on supplements she never sold. But, certainly, I was the issue. Thursday, matters escalated. Apparently, Julian was apprehended. It turns out Mr. Italian Sports Car was operating a nutritional supplement fraud. marketing counterfeit workout boosters as pharmaceutical grade to his clientele. One of them ended up in the hospital. Police discovered $50 worth of fake products. Sunday. Yesterday, Leo and I went to retrieve his belongings from the Kensington Institute. The kid was obviously ashamed, but he managed it. His ex-acquaintance actually stopped him to say, "I heard what transpired. You partially earned it, but I apologize it happened like that." On the drive home, Leo says, "Dad, I've been contemplating university. Yeah, I don't think Dublin is feasible anymore. Even with my grades, the Kensington Institute was my advantage. But Blackwood has a good engineering curriculum partnership with the State University. Maybe I could do 2 years at community college, then transfer." I nearly wrecked the car. You're considering community college. Maya's doing it. Says it's fiscally astute. Her parents earn good money but have 3 kids. She's funding her own way. This Maya sounds like admirable company. Can I still utilize my university fund for state or community? That money is for your further learning. It always was. But you're securing a job this summer. And you're paying for your own fuel and insurance when you get that compact car. Deal, Dad. Are we good? We are progressing, kid. We are progressing. This morning, I awoke to Leo preparing breakfast. The eggs were runny and the bacon was charred, but he made the effort. He's at school now, probably trying to impress this Maya girl with his newfound humility. Serafina's been silent since Julian's bail was denied. Apparently, he's facing 3 to 5 years. She posted some obscure nonsense about knowing who your genuine allies are and rising from the rubble. Sure, darling. As for me, I'm browsing motorcycles this weekend. Not going to purchase one. That university fund is still for Leo. But a man can harbor a fantasy. To everyone who said I went too far, my kid learned that actions have consequences. He learned that you don't betray people who love you for people, who just speak eloquently. He learned that authentic support isn't just exaggeration and commitments. It's appearing every single day for 9 years, even when it's difficult. We are not perfect. We are not fully mended. But we are authentic. And that's more than Julian and his Italian sports car ever were. Thanks for following this ridiculous saga. Got to go open a cold one and watch the game. Farewell. The criminal twist police. Discovered $50 worth of fake products in his apartment. Serafina called me, shrieking, "This is your fault. If you hadn't been so vindictive about Leo, I wouldn't have pressured Julian about finances. He only did this because I was agitating him." So, your boyfriend commits fraud, and it's my fault? Olympic-level deflection there, Serafina. I require funds for his bail. I laughed so hard I nearly dropped my phone. Ask his mother. She seems to think he's flawless. A glimmer of hope Friday was senior. Truancy day at Blackwood Senior High. But Leo went anyway. He came home and said, "It's actually not terrible. The students are more authentic, less affected. This one girl, Maya, she's in my advanced studies class. She's really intelligent. Yeah. She said she saw my social platform post. Told me I was an entitled brat who deserved what I received. Sounds like an intelligent girl. I think I like her. Focus on graduation first. Casanova." The plea for Peace Saturday. The doorbell chimed at 8 a.m. It was Alara, Julian's mother, and Camilla, Serafina's sister, with Serafina. They wanted to negotiate a truce. I stood there in my boxer shorts and robe, coffee in hand. Already weary of this circus, Alara started. "My son is in custody because of this situation. You've ruined 2 families. Your son is in custody because he's a lawbreaker. That's on him. Leo needs stability. You should at least return his vehicle. I'll purchase him a second-hand compact car when he graduates. If he graduates with over $3.5 grade point average." Serafina looked like she hadn't slept in days. "Please. I know I messed up. I know I uttered dreadful things. But Leo shouldn't suffer because I'm an idiot." "You're right. He shouldn't. That's why he suffered, because he is an idiot. He made his decision. He's a child who's about to be an adult. Better he comprehends now that words have ramifications. They left after more shouting. Serafina is now residing with Camilla since Julian's apartment is a crime scene. Poetic justice Sunday. Yesterday.
At the end, the writer says, "Last, the fantasy of easy influence always collapses under the weight of a single utility bill. I didn't win a battle. I simply exposed a truth, that real support isn't the loud promise, but the quiet 9-year commitment. We paid a high price for a low lesson, but now we know the difference."